Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the 365 Message Center Show. This week we are covering, like we do every week, a few messages, one of which is a new drafts area in Microsoft Teams.
And it looks like we'll be able to get some help organizing our mail from Copilot, creating rules.
And AI workflows in Microsoft Teams, how that's going to play out. Those messages and more. Stick around, roll the intro.
Yes, let's see how it'll play out.
I would love to see how it plays out. We never know, do we? Hey, everybody. This is episode, 412. So, so glad you're here. Hey, hit us up with your thoughts on any of the messages that we're covering, or maybe we missed a message and you want to give us some opinions on another message. Put it down below in the comments on the video. And if you're listening on the audio podcast, of course, hit us on the socials, all the socials that matter, at 365MCS. Would love to hear from you. This week we have a smattering of Copilot with a little bit of Teams mixed in. I'm
yes, that's right. Yep. And if you are writing comments and you might be partway through, you perhaps could have drafted something and then walked away from it and,
Wow. I mean, you're already transitioning?
Off, right? Wow. Yeah, no, we are.
Okay. Well, fine.
People sometimes say, get on with it, guys. It's 3 minutes in.
Yeah, but they have short attention spans. Microsoft Teams new drafts quick view MC1223827. So this is bringing a new view basically into Teams up there with mentions and discover and followed threads. There's going to be a new drafts that when you click on it, you're going to see all the drafts that you have created in chats or in channels, and you're going to be able to take action there. So this is an interesting one, Daryl, because I see a couple ways this could go. One is kind of like we do in Outlook, which is, every once in a while you go to drafts. I do anyway. And you're like, oh, look at all those emails that I've drafted. And quite a few of them have already been sent. It just kind of saved a previous version or something. And, but oh, wait a minute. I actually didn't hit send on that email. No wonder they haven't responded to me. So, making sure that you're cleaning up your messaging. But also, this could be a method of, if you're going to send the same message to a lot of channels or maybe a lot of group chats, you can queue those up and then copy and paste, your final version of that message into each one of those and send. But anyway, it is an interesting, I think, feature that was brought into Teams. We've been able to do drafts, right? Where you, oftentimes it's not really a draft. It's I started typing and then I went away and came back because, in Teams, you only get to look at one thing.
Yep.
You're drafting something. You're like, wait, I need to look at my calendar. So you go and click on calendar. Well, that message goes away and you look at the calendar and you have to come back. But they introduced that pencil, the icon next to your chats or your channels where you have a draft. And I like this new step, Daryl, of bringing a central place where we can view our drafts.
Yeah, and in the screenshot too, there's a good spread of different scenarios where you might be drafting content. This top one here, Dream Team, sounds like a group chat. They've given their name and an icon, but you can also catch up on drafts of chat that you might have written in a meeting, which is actually still a group chat. It's just attached to a meeting. Your channels, so that's your marketing channel. I do think that having a central place to go back and finish what you started does help. And it is, as you say, quite handy. You can see that drafts folder, and that, we still have the little icon to indicate where's that draft that I should have finished, but I haven't finished yet. A filter at the top too,
Yeah,
to quickly go between chats and channels.
absolutely. So loving that. And this one is rolling out pretty soon for those in targeted release mid-February of 2026 through late February, and then general availability rolling out mid-March 2026 through late March. So you'll be able to see it pretty soon. Pretty soon. Um, Speaking of Outlook, we mentioned it. Remember, I mentioned that
We
earlier.
did. Yep.
Daryl, tell me about a new feature in Copilot that's going to help us with the rules in Outlook.
That would be, well, we have Outlook rules. We've had them for quite some time, and they are, yes, in classic and new. But guess who's going to get involved with helping us organize them and create them? Microsoft 365 Copilot. Create and view Outlook rules. MC 1223821. And this continues the, I guess, lifting the reality versus the expectation. I've always thought of wanting Copilot to be a bit like a Jarvis, where I can have a conversation with a true assistant and say, go ahead and do this, go ahead and do that. And being able to create a rule in my Outlook to say, Copilot, can you just go ahead and create a message, or rather a rule that takes all the messages from this particular subject, or from this distribution list, and put it into a folder here, so I know it's going to be kept together. I know that's a really simplistic example, Daniel, but it is helpful. What I would like to explore with this is how complex can we get into giving instructions to Copilot, and how well it will understand our natural language. We know that sometimes if we don't describe things in a certain way, it gets it very wrong. So perhaps the best way to do this is, first of all, ask Copilot to view an existing rule, see how it understands and describes that, and then base a new rule off an existing rule.
Yeah, I think that for me, that's often the case. Is you're creating rules that are just slightly different. When I receive an email that says this, put it here, right?
Mm,
Or do this with it, right? So I
yeah.
think being able to explain that is a lot easier sometimes than figuring out what the feature, the drop downs, all that kind of stuff when you're creating the rules. So this could be it could be pretty dangerous too.
Yep.
Maybe you
Yep.
described it incorrectly and Copilot went, oh, okay, you want this. Delete all emails without a trace that we receive from your boss. Got it.
It happens.
Yeah.
I've remember creating a few rules like this that I'm
Mhm.
like, it's kind of a quiet day now. Like, why am I not seeing messages at all? Oh, there they are.
They're
Hey,
going all to one folder. Yeah.
take a look at this though. Like, I think that it feels like this screenshot or image, this mock-up, might have been made with the AI. Because does that look like
Mm.
the Copilot logo to you, or is it kind of more like the seven-fingered man?
Yeah, it's kind of maybe a little cattywampus. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. So you can read it. There's your rule. You can confirm, and then I hope that at the end of that, you could click through and see it and confirm it has been created as you would expect. But yeah, that's another option coming to you with the assistance from Copilot. And what else can we say about that? The feature is on by default for eligible users. It is rolling out late January now, at the time of recording, expected to be complete by early March. Let's keep with Outlook. Let's keep with Copilot, Daniel. But what's happening with these two? I don't know, experiences merging.
Mashing. Open Outlook emails directly in Copilot chat. MC1223826. Title says it all. You're going to be able to open your Outlook emails while you're in Copilot chat, not just any emails. We're talking about those emails that are sources, that have come up in your Copilot conversation. So what it describes is that emails will open side by side within the Copilot experience. The we have some Daryl and I kind of talked about this. How will this actually function? Because and where will it function? Up in the introduction, it says we're introducing a new capability that enables users to open Outlook emails directly within any full app Microsoft 365 Copilot experience. Full app? What is a full app? It says including Copilot chat. So, okay, if Copilot chat is an app, is a full app, what else is a full app? I don't know. I really don't know. um,
Word,
but
Excel, PowerPoint.
is
Huh?
it? Is that a full app Copilot experience? The side panel? I
Mm,
don't think so. I don't know.
mm,
So I'm a little confused on this. When I read this, the way I read this was no, it wouldn't work in the app experiences. So
mm,
Word, Excel, PowerPoint, that it would only work in a full chat experience. But where else am I forgetting in one? Hey, if I am and you're listening, hit us up, let us know where am I missing? What other full app experience is there other than Copilot chat?
mm,
I'm not, I don't know. So I'm reading this as it's only going to work there in Copilot chat, but maybe I'm wrong, and that's okay if I'm wrong. I was wrong once before. So anyway, so that message. It's rolling out mid-February to late February, but akin to this message is another message, and that is open PDFs within Copilot. That's MC1223823. Same type of messaging, really, that we're going to within chat, we're going to be able to click on PDFs and it will actually open up in the experience. Now, this one does not say side by side. So we're just kind of assuming that it'll be side by side. Don't know. It also doesn't say full app experience. So I don't know. I kind of would prefer these messages to be exactly the same or just be in one message and it say Outlook emails and PDFs.
mm,
And so we kind of know if it's the same experience for both. I'm assuming that it's going to be the same experience, but we'll see. I don't know if it will be. I'm guessing,
mm. I think there's
unfortunately.
I guess a point of this is it's keeping you in the Copilot experience. You're having that conversation with Copilot. You've started there in the full experience, the big chat area with a lot of white space on either side. And you can click and open either Outlook as a message or a PDF. And I'm imagining this has been like a preview pane, like we have with an Outlook, and that you can open it up, you can read this thing, and then you can close it, and then you're back into your Copilot experience.
Well, that would be beneficial, right? Like if Copilot's telling me something and it's referencing an email, I often I want to check that email. Okay, use that as a source. Okay, I want to click on it, but I don't want, some people would say, okay, open up Outlook and have that Copilot chat next to it. Okay, but this is kind of the reverse of open up the email beside the Copilot chat while you're still there,
Mm,
so you can kind of double check. Either way, I like that. So hopefully the PDF is going to be kind of the same thing. I would love for the product team to kind of clean these up and make them very clear that these two things are going to act exactly the same or not. Then please clearly define that. Would greatly
mm.
appreciate that. Same kind of rollout experience, mid-February to late February rollout. So I'm guessing it'll be exactly the same time or shortly, one right after the other for those. Daryl, I want to go back to Teams, please. So bring me a
Sure.
message, sir, about Teams. And if you could, please include Copilot somehow.
It's hard not to these days. Microsoft Teams AI workflows powered by Microsoft 365 Copilot MC 1223822. We have a workflows app in Microsoft Teams, the place where we can go and choose various things and we want, to, I guess, it's like Power Automate, but it's triggering it from Teams and experiencing it there. And there is going to be a category called AI workflows where you can trigger those off, or you can open them up, set them up the way that you want them to operate, and let it do its thing. The closer we look at this is a lot like what was announced initially for scheduled prompts, where I want to do this thing on this regular basis, and Copilot will do it for me, and it'll be done and sent to me. What was it? Madlib. Yeah, the Madlib way of like, here's this gap. I can alter my need based on or that parameter, and then it will go ahead and do it. And so that's what this appears to be. So it is your new AI workflow templates. Let's take a look at an example of one. So this is one where help me prepare for my day. It is a daily brief, and it is, you can set the period of time, where it is sent to. So when it's sent to you in Teams, I expect it to be a chat. Probably, actually, it probably will sit in the Workflows app and look like a conversation with the workflow, and you can set the time. So quite specific in terms of the parameters. There isn't a prompt that you can fine tune here. It's just prepare me for my day, my week, my month. But I wonder what else we'll see there in terms of templates. The other view that we have here is what does this workflow thing look like? Within Teams. These screenshots are all kinds of sizes, but here we are in the workflow app within Teams, and we've got different templates, and there is a filter there to show AI workflows and sort of focusing on that. It shows also the workflows that you're currently using, the active ones. You've got something scheduled there, and on a recurring basis, it is assigning tasks. You'll be able to, I guess, looking at this, manage those workflows that you have running based on that.
Yeah, I'm seeing. So I do have it in my demo tenant.
Okay.
I'm seeing 6 of the templates, the AI workflow templates. Recap communications on a topic.
Mm-hmm.
Help me prepare for my day. Outline key takeaways from my recent meetings. That's interesting. Summarize communications and highlight action items. So this is chats and emails. So takeaways from those. Prepare for my meetings tomorrow. It's good to prepare for your meetings the day before, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Help me wrap up my day and prepare for tomorrow. So the former one there that is about prepare for tomorrow is helping you to prepare for those upcoming meetings. The help me wrap up my day is getting a summary to prep for tomorrow, going through chats as well as your meetings. So it seems. So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting for these, like how that's great, but what's going to be the next question I think is going to happen is, okay, thanks, but I want to tweak that a little bit.
Yep.
um,
Yep.
I want to tweak that prompt. I want to tweak that. So how will that work?
Yeah.
To or will it? Will we be able to?
Well, it might. I mean, these are templates, pretty hard and fast. You get a sample look at what that prompt might be, but the build from scratch one might have an option there to say what you want it to do and then schedule it. One thing about this, Daniel, I know this is me being a bit cynical, but you're scheduling this prompt, use the results. If you're going to send it to yourself daily, is it going to be a thing that you habitually begin to ignore because it's not useful to you? Use them. Because it's definitely going to help on the investor side for Microsoft to say, look at all this regular usage that's all being driven by workflows. Anyway, back to delivery dates and times. We have this is this one's okay. It was another one we're thinking of that's going to be peculiar coming up soon. Rolling out late January, now-ish, complete by mid-February in a couple of weeks-ish. Yeah, that's fine. We will finish on, what else except another Copilot message. It's in the researcher space. I don't want to say any more because it'll be just too easy to give away. But go ahead, Daniel.
Microsoft 365 Copilot Researcher Agent Output Formats. This is MC1224569. And we've talked about the researcher agent before. We will not dive into what in the world that is. It's an agent in Copilot, right? But what this message is talking about is actually outputs. So you have asked the agent to do research, hence the name, and it has done it. Okay, now what do I do with this information? Well, you're going to be able to convert it. You're going to be able to output that information to Word, to PowerPoint, to a PDF. PowerPoint's interesting. Like, how's that going to work? And is it going to be a useful PowerPoint, or is it just going to dump the stuff in without formatting and considerations and all that? I don't know. PDF infographic. That one's interesting. I can't wait to play with that one. What is that going to look like, and what feature, like what is that using in the back end to create an infographic? And is that designer kind of
Yeah, probably
functionality
the
maybe?
create module, hey?
Yeah. So this is kind of maybe that agent to agent functionality here of, the researcher agent calling that other agent to create it. And then an audio overview. So taking what researcher has given you and then creating an audio overview, which would be a summary of what researcher has given you, but in audio format. So I'm actually, this one is the one that's made me most excited this week, because I can think of various usages for this of, when your boss asks you, hey, can you, okay, I'll just give you a real example. Compare the functionality between Teams Premium and M365 Copilot and figure out what that is, and give me that information. Rather than going and typing and doing all that, ask Copilot, get Researcher Agent to do that for you. Double check, make sure it's right. But then say, wouldn't it be creative to create an infographic and send it to my boss, or do an audio overview and say, here you go. Here's an audio overview of the information. So anyway, I think that's, for me, I'm pretty excited about this. Now, will it be useful? Will the infographic actually be great, or will it have a bunch of things misspelled and people with six fingers? Will PowerPoint have actual useful, or am I going to have to just spend hours fixing the PowerPoint? Will it actually be a useful product? I hope so. I hope this all will work really well. We'll see. Right.
Well, Daniel, something you said that triggers for me. Check to see if it's correct. Check to see if it's correct. and I don't think we have that option. That here's the output, or rather, here's what research has come up with. Convert it or save it to this format, and then you've got to change it. So, the audio overview, you've got no recourse for changing what could be said. The infographic, depending on what you've asked, it could be, well, what is it focused on in this, 4-page researcher output?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, you look at the screenshot even, where's even the information where it grabbed the, the sources. Anyway, I'm excited to play around with this and see if it's useful. Now, the question is, when will I be able to actually use this? It's a very good question that you've just asked, random person that just walked by my desk. General availability worldwide, rollout will begin in early February, so now-ish, 2026, and is expected to be completed by late December 2027. 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So I don't know. 6 or 7, 6, 7. I keep saying, I don't know if it's going to be December of 2026 or 27, but even if it's December 2026, that's a long time for this thing to be rolling out. And it's general availability. Like if it said Frontier or, something like that and said, okay, we're rolling it out in phases. Okay, I understand that. But 11 months, if this is a typo and it's actually December 2026, 11 months of rollout? That can't be right. But as it's written, it's actually almost 2 years. This may be the longest rollout of any feature we've ever seen in Microsoft history. I have a feeling this is a major typo. Like it's supposed to be March of 2026 or something like that. And it maybe is or maybe even late February of 2026. And it just, maybe the person who was editing the template didn't do a good job of realizing they forgot that part. So maybe put a thumbs down and say, is this really rolling out almost 2 years timeline? Anyway, so it got me excited for a couple of reasons. One is I actually do want to use the functionality, but the other is, wow, 2-year rollout. Anyway, that is the show, Daryl. I'm going to end it there.
Wow, it's abrupt, but that is all we got this week. It was an interesting mix, as we said at the beginning of the show, but we thank you for joining us and listening in and passing your comments. We do appreciate the comments. It gets us thinking at different angles. And it's been quite lively there lately, so thank you all who have been contributing.
Yeah.
For episode 413, we'll get Daniel to do a dance.
Will we? Well, we will. I will dance on episode 413 if someone donates $100 US down below on the video. You can donate down there. Click the little button, ... donate. Say thanks.
Hype it, man. Hype it. Yep.
If someone donates $100, I will dance on 413. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. Until next week, take care.
Bye-bye.